I'm not done eating my ice cream.
Hold
yet.
on. Sorry, you're live.
How was your day?
Oh, God.
Jesus Christ. We did not need that at all.
That was my third one, by the way. I thought I could eat it before she turned this thing on. Shark Tales
Woo.
with Andy.
With Andy.
Okay.
So when did you get here?
I know, I cut myself.
What is happening?
Cut myself shaving my legs.
That's hot.
You know who else shaved their legs? Joe Namath. Because he used to do the pantyhose commercials.
Oh.
I digress. I got here Thursday morning.
Oh, okay. So you were here all day Thursday and then helping Troy out and the boys, cleaning stuff
Yeah,
up.
so I always joke about everybody thinks it's so fun to have, or not fun, but so easy to have a racetrack. So it downpoured here last weekend, which luckily for Silver Dollar, for whatever reason, they moved the Fall Nationals race, which historically for like 10 or so years was last weekend.
Basically always the first day of, like last day of September, first day of October or so.
Luckily, they changed it to this weekend because we would have got rained out, and the weather was good all day Friday until Friday night.
And
so
SLC's
we,
luck.
we would have been in the pits. We would have been
Right.
racing. There would have been 60 truck and trailers stuck in the pits. It would have been a complete disaster.
Yeah, the way SLC's luck has been the last couple years, like
But
theoretically, like it should have happened.
they
to where
still-
it
they did pay the
rained
price 'cause
whenever we raced here.
The beer booth flooded. Don't ask me how or why or what kind of push poor design they did
Right.
in 1960 when they built that beer booth, but yeah, it flooded. So that was Troy and I's job last night, or
Okay.
yesterday, excuse me. Our big job, amongst other bullshit that you have to do for each
Right, all the cleanup.
But you're jumping the gun on what I want to talk about. How
Did you water the track?
Oh God, no! Yeah, you're jumping the gun. Let's talk about Hanford.
Hanford? Talking about Hanford?
Talking Hanford.
I loved it.
Yeah?
I thought it was. I mean, okay.
Okay, we're talking about the NARC race, or excuse me, the Sprint Car Challenge Tour race last Friday at Hanford.
Right.
It got canceled.
Yeah, that was a very.
Too rough.
I know. So, well, basically the main story is like their well broke, right?
Okay.
The water well broke.
I've heard a couple different versions of the story, but
Right.
this has to do with water.
But I think Peter also put new clay on the track.
Really?
That's what I heard.
Okay, I've
so
heard that
I don't
one.
know if that's 100% true or whatever. Oh Jesus!
I'm like, the sign's
Stop.
coming down.
Uh-oh.
So put new. Don't do that. You're distracting me. Put new clay on the track, and then their well broke, so no water. So they had to go I think somewhere off site and get city water,
Yeah,
bring it
that's,
back.
Not quite very. That's not the most efficient way of watering your
Basically,
racetrack.
so we're at the pit meeting, and they basically warned us, guys, no water, the well broke, getting city water, track's gonna be super dry. I texted Andy immediately, oh, it's gonna be your kind of track. That you
Jokingly.
wish you were here, right? Because Andy hates the track.
I want to watch, but I'm so stupid. I don't know how to turn the goddamn thing on.
Yeah, I heard you
Did
were
you
in
hear-
your underwear.
Yeah, so I FaceTimed your wife.
in your underwear.
She got. Well, I was in.
Well,
I had no
explain
shirt
why
on.
you called me. Why were you by yourself?
Why were
Candace
you
was-
naked? Why were you by yourself? Why'd you call my wife?
Candace was out of town, so she's like, I'm not. She even admitted, she's like, I'm not smart enough to walk you through this. Call Lisa. So, yeah, she could tell. She goes, Why don't you have a shirt on? I said, well, I'm in my underwear and I did this.
And I'm at the Granite Bay High School football game
I'm calling you naked next time, just for the hell
with
of it.
people around me. So we
Wouldn't
made
be
a
the
joke
first
with
time.
Tiffany, PJ's sister. I was like,
Did you show her I was talking?
she
to
was
her?
sitting
Yeah.
right next to me,
Check
and
me
then
out.
she took a picture of me FaceTiming with you and sent it to Sean and was like, "This is what's happening right
She
now."
took a picture of you in your
And
underwear.
I said, "Yeah," and
that's her
Andy was
background.
in his underwear, and I
Yeah.
said, "That's her screensaver."
Yeah.
Anyways, she did a bang up job, so I had to FaceTime my TV. She goes, okay, move it to the left, move it to the right, scroll down, okay, find this, hit that, click this, click that, and then boom, I got it on.
You're
Cali
on.
Dirt, yeah.
Good for you.
So
Just in time for what?
track prep. Yeah, which took a while.
Was that after qualifying?
Yes.
Yeah, I
so you didn't see anything.
I did watch. No, so I watched qualifying on my phone in the shower,
Okay.
and then I'm like, well, this looks like a complete disaster. I have to watch this on real TV. So that's when I called Candace. She's like, I can't tell you how to do that. Call Lisa.
So they warned us that it was going to be dry. Well, then when we went out to Willpack, most of the track was dry. But it's like they did one lap of the water on the top of the front straightaway and the top of 1 and 2, and that was it. So it was the most bizarre thing in the world. Like, we were trying to pack the top of the straightaway in, could not get that packed in. So hot laps, like you were like,
Going from dry
you couldn't
slick
see
to wet slick.
anything in front of you because it was so dry, and then the front straightaway was soaking wet. So like I'm getting tear-offs getting thrown because car's a whole straightaway ahead of me, and he's flinging mud that far back, and like I'm pulling tear-offs and like tank slapping like down the whole straightaway. Even when we went to qualifying, it was still greasy in the straightaway and super dry in the corners. It was the most bizarre thing in the world. But Peter kind of came up to everybody before qualifying. Each driver, like, guys, there's a hole getting into one. Either go around it or go below it. Don't hit the hole. So he's like warning people, don't hit this. Well, the water on the front straightaway made it almost impossible not to hit it. It was so
It
weird.
directed
Like,
you right into the
yes,
hole.
like you hit that, it kind of swung the car to the left, and as you're trying to chase it back up the track, it basically slings you right into the hole, basically getting into one. But me and Andy, like, we like tracks with character. We like holes there, like bumps here. Like, it makes you like adjust your driving style, adjust your line. Like, there was a hole in one spot. Just don't hit that spot. Go around.
It's kind of like there's a wall there. Don't hit the wall.
Basically.
Right?
So, like, I even tried to go around it on my warm-up lap, and it was, like, still super greasy there. I was 4 tires up in the grease, and I'm like, well, I can't do that. I'm going to have to go below it. And I laid a decent lap. I ended up second in my group.
Yeah, it was bullshit. What do you know what happened? Why Cox went out there?
Yeah.
And then I think a group 2 or 3 car went out with him.
So maybe that's what the
And then
problem
Cox
was.
went in and parked, and then Cox came back out. I
Yeah.
think they put a 410 in there when they went back in.
Oh. Well, we did a lot of motor
Outlaw
swapping
motor
too,
change.
So.
Yeah, in the push-off lane.
the
right.
push-off lane.
So,
I
yeah.
was pissed when he beat you. I was like, no, I
know, that
God,
was a
beat
bummer.
fast time.
I
I
know.
hate having to win the heat race. It's so nice to be quick time and just finish 5th.
100%.
Out there, just do. I'm going to finish 5th. Nobody gives a shit. If I win or finish 3rd, I
Yeah.
just need to finish 5th.
So poor Peter Murphy, like I saw him kind of qualifying was still going on, and like he was just so dejected and like what are you gonna do? Like it is what it is. Like so nobody flipped. Like a lot of guys hit the holes, like it messed them all up. A couple guys spun out, had to get refired and everything.
Jay bounced through it and bounced
So
off the
J.A.
track.
and Mitchell Jacinto were out together. I think
Yeah, it was
J.A.
the-
might have spun and stopped,
The
maybe.
session from hell.
Right. Oh, then they kept going. Like I thought Jonathan bounced so hard. Like I didn't know how he didn't flip. And then Mitchell went in there and he hopped, but I didn't think it was that bad. But he immediately pulls off the track, shut the car off. Like fire crew finally got to him, and then they called over the ambulance immediately. So like went to the hospital later and ended up fracturing T4 vertebrae.
Did he get out of the car on his own, or they take him out on the backboard?
It wasn't on the backboard. He got out on his own. I went over kind of to check on him like right after. Like he was in the trailer and he was super like standing gingerly.
Uh-huh.
And then like it was about an hour or so later. Like I saw him. Like it took a lot of effort to like slide into the car and sit down to go to the ambulance. So like yeah, just not good.
That's
What we're
people I
thinking
think
about him.
get a false sense of suspension when all they see is supercross and monster trucks and off-road trucks and razors side by sides flying through there and just
Yeah.
can't do that in a sprint car. We got like that much travel, and once that travel's gone, we're compressing into
Right.
the racetrack, and the only thing that you have to absorb that is your spine. So,
Yeah.
but so they fiddle fart around
Yeah,
fixing
so
the hole.
Yeah, so you're watching track prep, so they we're working it to try to fix it, try to get it better.
Did you go out there and look?
So I went out to turn 3 and was kind of looking. I didn't have a quad or anything, and Shane Golubic kind of drove up on his quad, and he's all, "Have you seen turn 1 yet?" I said, "No." He's all, "It's pretty bad." So whatever they were doing, it wasn't helping, and I think Peter kind of got the hint at that point. But basically, like, he was kind of explaining it to people, like, there's some guys already packed up and left, and guys were complaining about it, and he's like, "Guys, there's..."
How many people left? I know one guy left.
It was only Don that
Okay.
left.
You said some guys. Were you being polite?
Yeah.
Selzy
maybe.
left.
Yeah. So,
Dom doesn't like no bumps, man. He likes it dry,
I know,
slick,
I know.
and smooth.
so I...
Maybe you should have stuck to drag racing, Dom.
Ooh.
They got smooth and slick tracks.
Yeah, they do. Darn it. Pavement. Should have went the pavement route.
So, I saw some guy post on Facebook this week. He ran the Pettit race at Watsonville in a modified. That's a big modified race. And, I don't know, he pissed me off. He goes, "Oh, this is what a car should look like. It's not dirty and it's not all beat up." And I was like, dude, you wouldn't have been able to hang with Randy McDaniels back in the early 2000s,
kidding.
late 90s at Silver Dollar, because it
Or
was always...
Antioch, like,
Oh,
I remember
man.
seeing those races on TV, and, like, it was...
What the hell
all the
changed, Sean? I mean, in like 5 years, all of a sudden, it's like anti-bump, anti-moisture. Nobody wants a goddamn pull a tear
People,
off.
like going through tires and
Oh,
changing tires all
man.
the time. So silly.
It's like tonight's track is what we used to do here every goddamn race. It was just the way it was.
But it was frustrating, though. Like, if you get a smooth track, like, I mean, it had some character
Tonight's
today,
track was character, yeah, it was
for
cool.
sure.
Yeah.
So, like, it got racy. Obviously, like, I can't wait to hear how you got up on the wheel. Everybody was pretty impressed how good you ran tonight.
I started 7th and 6 people dropped out in front of me.
No, that is not what happened. But like it was fast for sure. Like heat races
It was
were
pushing too. Oh yeah, the heats were too fast.
yeah, too fast, too smooth. But like it got some like waves in it for the main event, and it definitely got interesting. And yeah,
And then a little bit slick in the middle of 3 and 4.
right.
Wait. We're back to tonight. So they canceled. Let's go back to Hanford. Let's
Okay.
talk about the drama, the TMZ.
Okay, so Peter basically like he had to make the call. He was like, "Guys, I already got one guy hurt. I'm not going to be able to get it better. Like, I need to call it. But tomorrow's on. Like, Peter Murphy drove for Maury Williams, so that was an important race for him to make sure
Saturday
he got
night
in.
was the NARC show
Right.
tribute to Maury Williams.
So guys, we are getting that in. Like, it's happening. So our team goes over to the car wash, washed it all up. Bud Caden was there.
Did you
Nick
help?
Parker. Yeah, I was there.
Oh dang!
We did a
good for
motor.
you.
We did a motor change that night.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, so we changed motors that night. So it's really funny.
But you were ahead of schedule, so it wasn't like it was that
for
late.
sure.
That
Like it
nice,
was
yeah.
super early. So, and we even talked about it as we were kind of changing motors. Like, we are racing tomorrow, right? Like, so like they threw it out. Like it was in the back of our mind. Like, could we not race tomorrow? Like, how are they gonna fix it? They still don't have a water truck. Like, what?
And
are
a
we
grader,
doing?
right? They didn't have a grader either.
So they had a tilt. Like they were tilling the track.
Yeah, you need a grader. I think when you got
They
a
need
problem.
a whirly gig is what they needed.
Really gigger.
Whirly gigger.
So yeah, so we changed motors that night, but yeah, it wasn't super late night.
So you
Stayed
were
up
able to
to-
go to the titty bar afterwards, or what?
We did go to a bar.
Bar or titty bar?
No, it was a bar. It
Oh.
was a
Mariachi
what
bar.
was it? It was called the California something, and we went in there. Bumgarner said, "Can I get a Crown and Coke?" So we only sell beer here. It's like, okay, and we only do cash. It's like, okay. So it was, and mariachi band
Yeah, I
music was
would've
played in the
not-
background.
You know
It
me,
was
that wouldn't have
interesting.
been a place for me to partake any action in.
It was cute.
My
It
alcohol
was
needs
fun.
to have Cool Whip in it.
It was really funny. There was one white guy that was in there, and like me and Bumgarner and Michael Ing, we walk in, and after a while, like the guy kind of called over Bumgarner, and he knew about the races, so he knew it got canceled or whatever. I didn't
He knew there's
know
3
how.
white boys there.
But he
where
was
there
like,
had to be
so
redneck racers.
he's all, I gotta ask, like, why are 3 Vikings walking into this bar right now? Because basically, it's Michael Ing with the big old beard, like Bumgarner with the shaved head, cute beard going on. He's like, yeah, why are 3 Vikings walking into like a Mexican bar right now? It was an interesting night.
Biff
It
Dog
was fun.
demanded his brewski.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so now we're to Saturday.
So now we're to Saturday.
Did you drive to the track?
No, we're still at the hotel, and Brad was doing some maintenance on the car, kind of doing some changes. They call it like 10 o'clock maybe ish.
We
10
got a
o'clock they said.
text.
Yeah, I got a text from Jim Allen, big group text for all the NARC guys. Like, due to track conditions, we're not going to be able to race this race. We are going to postpone it till in a couple weekends. So then it was like, well, now what do we do? Well, basically it's just going home. Like, sucks. Did the motor change, went
Oh,
home.
So Lisa's parents are trying to leave, and I think
truck parked behind
think
that.
somebody blocked them in like a jerk. Like there isn't 400 acres to park here.
Is that is
Is
there
that
a trailer
Ingraham?
behind it?
Is that freaking Ingraham? God damn it, Ingraham.
Oh, my poor father-in-law.
Jeez. Anyways, okay, now the women are gone. Did you go to the kitty bar?
No. But Mikey Ing, he was trying to pick up the guy. We ended up going to Applebee's after that bar. It didn't last very
In
long.
Hanford, would it be called the El Titio Bar? Hey, comprende El Titio Baro? I'm practicing on my Spanish for Cancun.
I know, we're going to Cancun in a month, bud.
Okay, so you get canceled. We got all screwed up again. Got
Yeah.
canceled, so now what?
So then I unpack from the hotel, get in my car, and I start heading home. So then basically they went 5.
Oh, shit.
Better drive for the truck and trailer basically, but I went 99, and I got about a half hour down the road, and they said they're possibly gonna race in Merced. Depends on if they get enough cars. Like, I'm still trying to get the details. I'm all, are you on 5? He's all, yeah, but my dad knows, he knows some back roads. We can get there. So I'm all right. So he's also, don't pass
Don't pass
Merced.
How is Merced?
Slow
Is it
down.
still all narrowed and screwed up and K-rails and stuff?
A little bit. It's
Okay.
a little wider, but
'Cause we got to take our motorhomes through there next week to go to Trophy Cup.
Are we gonna go?
I'm going
You're going
99.
99?
I-5 pisses me off. It's
It-
too damn long.
It is. It's a long way around.
I don't think it's any smoother anyway, so.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, so basically I've going the speed limit, and then finally and then I get to Fresno and it's dumping rain on me.
But no kidding.
I'm like, holy
wow.
crap! Like, what? This is insane. Like, it rained from Fresno almost to Madera, and I'm like, how are we racing? But Merced never gets rain, so I think they were
The track conditions will show you that.
yeah, super dry. But like, yeah, after we left, after I got out of Madera, he said, "Yep, they got enough cars. We're
You know,
racing."
Madera was having a big pavement race too.
I know. I saw that.
Yeah.
Like, when I drove past them, I'm like, "Oh, there is a race
They
going
had
on there."
super modifieds, the old school freaking crazy motors hanging off the left side.
Super fan Leslie, like, she was telling me last night, because she went to Hanford when it got canceled, and then they went to Madera for
Really?
that race, and she brought her dog, and I guess they got no mufflers, and like,
Oh
I guess with
man, they're
the
gnarly.
yeah, with the asphalt and everything, like, it just echoed so bad the dog was howling the whole time. So
Oh.
they actually said, "All right, we're done," and they went to Merced and caught the main event. So
Oh wow, man,
yeah.
they're making the rounds. Yeah, so those super modifieds, I want to say like one time they were damn near as fast as Indy cars when they used to run the Phoenix Mile. Just nasty, gnarly, like 460 cubic inch, just crazy ass cars. They're obsolete now. They don't really, nobody races them around
Right.
here, but I think I got 12 of them there. But anyways, okay, so now you're taking your 410 to a 360 race. You trying to cheat?
Basically, we were trying to get away with it, but no. Well, yeah, we pull in. We might have been the third trailer there. Montgomery pulled in. He did a motor change too. So basically, we're all in the same boat. We have to take the 410 back out, put the 360
Just
back
put in.
Right.
For no reason.
Yeah. So, but yeah, got it done.
That sounds like a hell of a lot of fun. So you know what I did?
But Brad said I have to change this for the fall nationals anyway, so he basically had help instead of coming back to the shop and doing it.
Yeah.
But still, it sucks. I hate working in the parking lot.
Yeah.
So we were supposed to go to Marysville, and it got canceled.
And that got rained out.
So
All
I,
places, man.
You know, there's a lot of rain if Marysville
if Dennis
cancels.
cancels,
Right.
yeah. So I watched.
Remember, wasn't it this year when we showed up?
we were parked in. We were gonna pit in the parking lot, and then they're like, "Never mind, this won't work." We're like, well, couldn't we never minded before we drove here?
Right.
You know who drove there that night too was one of the Tarleton cars. So they came all the way from
Jesus.
Fresno. Yeah, but I will give Dennis credit because Norm Macedo got a hold of me. He goes, "What's the deal?" I said, "Let me find out." So I texted Dennis. I'm like, "Listen, we got cars from Fresno that want to come. How are we gonna do this? What are the odds?" He says, "Tell them to stay home."
Oh,
So I I absolutely told Norm that.
okay.
I said, "Hey, Dennis says we're gonna try to race, but he told me to tell you, don't come."
Okay.
They still chose to come,
Oh, really?
and they got to Marysville in time to go turn around.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
God, that would
Hate that drive.
Oh man, it's horrible in a rig too.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I watched. Have you seen the show Winning Time on Max? It's about the Lakers dynasty.
Yes.
I watched
Loved it.
the
So-
entire. I watched entire 7 seasons 2, which was
Okay.
perfect because now they're not coming back.
I know,
and the
I
Celtics
know.
beat them. So ha ha ha, Larry Bird. Woo!
So, yeah, we had HBO Max for a while, but we just, like, didn't get it. Like, we changed service, and I'm all, man, I was watching that, but they just canceled it. So, like, I only watched, like, the first couple episodes of season 2.
So yeah,
So-
I watched it last year. Troy he's like, you got to watch this Lakers Winning Time.
Yeah, that's pretty.
And I mean, I was
it's right up your alley.
I was a Celtics guy, and that Jerry Buss was just crazy.
Yeah.
But then I got done with that, so then I watched Hard Knocks with the Jets.
Oh, yeah.
Those guys, they're onto something with this Aaron Rodgers guy. I think they're going to do good.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopes are high in New York. Can you believe that? I mean,
Lisa drafted him in
I
her
drafted him in
fantasy
fantasy.
team.
did you happen to watch Hard Knocks?
No.
I caught clips of it. and
The
stuff.
vibe with that team and that city
Yeah.
over Aaron Rodgers,
Yeah.
and I was excited. I'm not a Jets fan, but I was really excited to watch that first Monday night game. And before I even got in the house, Troy texts me, "Aaron Rodgers hurt, game fifth play, out for the year." I'm like, didn't even watch yet. He got hurt already.
Well, and you know he's guaranteed what, like $85 million or something like
He
that.
says he's playing this year.
And he brings Alan Lazard from the Packers to come be his
Yeah,
guy.
I mean,
how is he feeling
they
when
put
he's
a
like,
lot-
dude, my quarterback just got out. He's not making $85 million over the next 3 years.
Those Jets guys were just like
They did some experimental surgery or something.
infatuated, not infatuated,
Yeah,
but
sure.
I mean, it was just like, this is our hope. I mean, we
Yeah,
got a
yeah,
chance now. And could you imagine the fifth play and your guys
I
out
know,
on a
that's
cart?
pretty bad. Like, you remember that
the
happened
money
in
into
Boston
it.
with Gordon Hayward, the Celtics?
No.
My God, like it was huge. Like he was big Utah guy, and then decided to go to. I don't think it was a trade, but he went to Boston, and then Boston also got Kyrie Irving, and it was like all built up. Like this is a super team. Oh my God, this is gonna be amazing. First game of the year, like there's a timeout. They make this play where somebody's gonna do a screen, alley oop to Gordon Hayward. Went up for it. Somebody went to block it. I think it was on the Lakers. Like shattered his leg, like pointing the wrong way. Like
Oh,
it
you know
was
what? Now you say that, I
devastating.
remember that now.
Dude, it was.
It was one of those things that
Insane.
you didn't want to watch, but you kept watching.
But that was like a build up, and then the first game of the season, it's like, oh my, what just happened? Like it's gone now, gone.
Blink of an eye.
Heartbreak City. We raced Chico today, by the way. Remember?
So, okay, we raced Chico. 59 cars? Is that
He
right?
raced Merced.
59.
Oh, yeah, you got fourth at
No.
Merced, right?
Yeah. All right, moving on.
All right, get off of that last weekend. We're on this weekend now. Gotta say hi to Don, Lowell's buddy that comes out here and helps with the track. I saw him yesterday, was leaving. He had to go to Calistoga for a damn wedding. So he's not even here. He was asking, he goes, "Are you guys doing Shark Tales?" So, Don, yes, we're doing Shark Tales. And I said, hey, I said, don't get shit-faced and hit on all the bridesmaids. He goes, I don't drink anymore.
For that reason.
Yeah. Okay, was there 59 cars? Why do I
Yes,
think?
59.
Okay, 59. Jesus.
They said
We
like it
guessed
said
58.
60.
One
On-
car, they said one car didn't make it qualify.
Okay.
Well, that means 58. Like,
Okay.
That's subtraction.
No, 59.
59.
So I watched you
No,
qualify.
60 on there, but 59 race.
Oh, I thought there was only 59 on there.
I think you needed to open your entry into 3 a little bit. You need to go in a little higher.
Okay, I agree.
Okay.
Brett Bumgarner said the same thing, but I don't think that was going to give me 3/10.
Probably not. What was your time? 12-1?
Oh,
12-0.
12-0.
So who turned to 11-7 in your group?
They might have had an 8 in my group.
Okay.
So, but even if it gave me a 10th, I think it was only giving me one spot in qualifying. Like, it was
Man, we were
pretty
packed
frustrating.
tight. Packed so tight. I would love to see an overall screenshot of all of our times. I mean, there was just so many 12-0s and 12-1s.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, oh man, I'm 19th quick. But yeah, you're only freaking thousandths of a second off the guy that's 5th quick. I mean, it's just, we're so tight nowadays. It's crazy.
You laid down a good lap,
Yeah,
though.
it was all right. An 8. I think we would have been 3rd quick overall.
Okay.
2nd quick in a group. So that just shows I had the hardest group. You always gotta say that. Oh, we get to do the draft tomorrow.
Yeah, we're doing the draft tomorrow, so yeah.
I didn't really. I thought it was stupid at first, and then I like it. I'm like,
Okay.
yeah. Other than the time it's gonna take to do it.
Right.
It's like
but
perfect paths.
we're starting early, starting super early.
Oh, to pick your heat race?
Yeah.
Our group, yeah, our qualifying.
So basically, tomorrow we're drawing a pill, and then that's the order of where you get to pick where you want to go on the board. Like,
So
if
you want a
there's-
high number.
If there's 60 cars, there's
Maybe.
going to be
Sometimes
60
you never know.
spaces, and you say, I want to be the 3rd car out in the 3rd group,
Oh.
basically.
So what this is supposed to do really
Placement of your group.
Placement in your group.
is eliminate the easy group and the hard group, because
Right.
every night there always seems to be just a completely stacked group where there's just like 6
and everybody
ballers,
complains about it.
and then
like-
there's a heat with a bunch of clankers in it.
It is weird that everybody's always in the hardest group. How does that work?
I'm always in the hardest group.
I know, and he's always in the hardest group.
Wow, I was in the
But when
hardest
you
group
guys
tonight.
are not in
How
the
come
same
we both
group,
been in
how
the
are you
hardest group
both?
if we weren't in the same group? Were you?
That was
I
the
didn't
point
even.
I
You
was
know, honestly,
making.
I couldn't tell you if I was in a hard group tonight. I pay very little attention to that shit anymore. Were you in a hard group?
No. Like,
No?
all groups were pretty equal, I thought.
Equally hard.
Sure.
I ran 2nd to 2nd in my heat race. You moved up in your heat race.
Yeah,
bro.
I got lucky. I basically, the first start went, and I went from 5th to 6th, and they called the outside guy for a jump, so Reed stacked them up, and then I went from 5th to 4th on that start, and then we just, there's basically no
mine,
passing.
yeah.
Like, once you got to the first corner, then it was what it was after that, so I lucked out there, got 4th.
I tried getting around Bloomfield in the heat race in lap 1, and I had all 4 tires off the ground.
Yeah,
I
you
was like,
did.
This reminds me of how I used to drive right off. And then he drove by me, and I was like, well, that didn't work.
Whatever.
Heck, now I better not fuck up and get out of 2nd. So I did run 2nd, made the dash, redraw, threw a 7, and I got what I deserved because Macedo he was next to me, and he pulled the 8, and I was giving him a hard time. And then I'm like,
Oh,
karma
came.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I might have screwed myself because the 7's still in there, and I pulled 7.
How many were you to draw left? Was it there only
I
2
think
bills
there
left?
was a
6 and a 3.
3,
6
6,
and
and 7. So
Oh.
I picked the highest of the 3.
course
Yay
you
me!
did.
Which I told Lisa you were going to do it.
Yeah, Candace said he's going to get the 7. I don't know what he's all
So you jinxed
funny about.
him. Come
No,
on,
we
babe.
just
we
know.
need positivity. For
We
the
know
camp
you guys.
I
You are
pulled.
horrible.
You guys are awful.
It always averages out. I drew the 1 or the 2. I was in the
To a
front row.
7 or a 8.
No, I was in the front row of the dash at the Wednesday night Gold Cup show.
Yeah.
So I mean, row 1, row 4, it's all the same. I didn't go anywhere in the dash, but I felt sporty. And then
Yeah,
made
you're
a
all
bit time.
over Torkelson. Just couldn't make the pass happen.
yeah, you know what? The first start though, I did go forward. And I
Yes.
was like, oh yeah, this is great. We were so good. And did Macedo bike off the track?
Yeah, he biked off the track and like popped the tire, left rear tire off the beam.
Oh.
So
That's
Gotta
why we
get that
waited
change
19 laps
Yeah.
for him.
It wasn't 19. What a baby.
18.
This guy.
Dash. You know what dash means? Boom, quick. I hate
Yeah,
work.
there's only 6
I
left.
hate work area time in dashes.
Oh,
If I run a
Man.
track, if you're in a yellow and a dash, you're done.
jeez.
It's a dash.
Cutthroat.
It's a dash. It's supposed to be quick. We spent more time waiting for him to come out than we did
I
racing.
think we had the time to. We were the only division out today.
Our fans are bored to death watching yellow
I know,
flag
Troy
laps.
had
I
them
was talking
entertained.
to Tom Mini today, and he's like, "I hate the 4 breast." I'm like, "Oh, really?" He's like, I came to watch a race, not a parade lap." It was hilarious.
I agree. Because there's not every race we do the 4 breast. Like, you know, if you run an
Yeah.
outlaw race, there's going to do 4 wide.
Right.
The sprint car challenge races are always 4 wide. But there's some races where I'm just like, come on, say lights out, say lights out, say lights out. And then every now and then they're all, split them up for 4 wide. I'm like, God damn, we're literally 10 seconds from going green. We could be going green in 10 seconds. We don't have to go 4 wide.
Hey, Colby did a real good job of getting everybody like, "Hey, we're going green right now, guys. You
Yeah.
better line up."
I pissed him. I got in trouble.
Colby
Like,
was on it.
well, I don't know why he pointed me out in the dash, but I figured it out. I put 2 and 2 together. He said 92. Let's bring him up to speed. But I thought to myself, he couldn't have said 92 because I'm in the last row.
Yeah.
Why would he want me to bring everybody up to speed?
Yeah.
So everybody kind of started going, so I'm going, and I know what he ended up saying was, get up to speed, let's line up in turn 4. Well, then I come back around turn 4, and I'm still going. I'm like, I got to catch up to the front of the pack, you know? And all of a sudden, my radio worked better in 1 and 2, so now I'm in 1 and 2, and he goes, come on, 92, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, he was talking to me? Did your receiver work better in 1 and 2 than 3 and 4? Did you figure that out?
It would. Well, okay. I didn't notice that necessarily of where I was, but sometimes like they would come on and it's just
Oh, horrible.
like
Just miserable
nothing but
tonight.
static. And then the next time he would come on and you can hear him clear.
I
So
felt
I
like-
didn't notice it was a placement on the
I always
track.
wanted them to talk to me when I was at that
That's
end of
so
the racetrack
funny.
because I could understand them. But man, there was times where all you heard was,
Yeah, it was bad.
it
Terrible.
sucks.
I don't
Do you know
what the
who's
problem is.
talking to you when that's happening? I wonder if
It's Colby.
an official's
So
radio.
he's in the infield, and I do think like it sucks sometimes, like especially in hot laps. It's like, okay, guys, let's go, and then they start revving up, and then he gets back on it. Guys, we got to get going, and you can't hear nothing because there's cars going in the back.
So can you hear Jacob clearly?
Yeah.
So
I
maybe
can hear
I
there's
was gonna
some-
say, I don't know. I think it's all fucked up.
But maybe there's some interference or something
I know.
on
Maybe
the
we need to.
infield.
Maybe
It's
let's see.
very-
If,
And the
possible.
director of competition, I know Colby.
Let's maybe
is
Colby-
Colby the director of
yeah,
competition?
let's try Colby tomorrow.
Be in the booth.
No, stand on the track and talk to us and see if that helps.
On the track.
On the track.
Under green.
Troy had a lot of fun with him tonight because he put the cone out there and then he'd hold
Oh.
on to the rope.
That was so
And then
funny.
they're like, you see guys that are just pulling the rope and pulling the rope. Colby took the side of the rope and he just took off running into the infield. So they're like, Troy's like, he's on top of the tractor and then he's down in the
To
infield
be careful on
putting
that tractor.
then putting the cone out and then he runs away from the cone
He
and
almost
then
ran over a
Speaking
kid
of
that
the
was
cone,
sitting there.
yeah,
He was like-
Comiskey's kids were over there.
Tonight's Stars meeting was fun.
Yeah, you like that. I don't know why. So Burnell.
This is great.
So Ryan brings up something happened. It was during the outlaw race, right?
It must have been the Gold Cup week. I don't know if it was the Wednesday night show or the
it
Outlaw.
could have been the Wednesday night show. I'm not sure. But basically, the rule is like you can't pass on restarts until the flag stand, basically. So you just kind of everybody for a single file restart, you go. And you're basically following the guy until the flag stand, then you can try to pass.
But his question was about a double file restart.
Right. So Ryan's asking about a different double file restart that something happened, somebody screwed up, and Colby said, yeah, that's right. We had an issue the last race, and somebody didn't go on a restart, and then the other guy passed them.
The conversation got switched to a single file restart
Right.
for
So
like
then-
10 minutes.
Yeah, so Sanders comes up, guys, that's not what happened, like, because apparently he got docked, like, he passed somebody
Oh, really?
on a restart,
Oh.
yes, and then got docked or whatever, but he was saying, I think he was thinking somebody broke down, it's like, well, if somebody's broken off pace, like, I'm not going to sit back there but then somebody's like, I don't think he was broke. He's like, well, he was off the pace. It's like, well, if he's off the pace, like, you kind of have to be off the pace too. Like, that's the rule. Like,
Yeah.
you pass somebody, you got docked. Like, that's the rule.
So
So it's going back and forth, but then like they basically
we came up with like 10 different scenarios,
10
like how we're going
different
to start the
scenarios,
races
like how
now.
we're doing restarts today.
We talked about on the backstretch, and
And it's funny because, like, and Colby, like, he wants to please everybody, so he's like, okay, yeah, so, all right, that's fine. So we're going to be single file, and
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't fan out, but then once the leader goes, it's all go. Like, you guys can just start passing.
all good, all green.
Oh.
So then, but then he was saying, but all us officials, we're going to be watching, and if you go before the leader, we're going to call you for a jump. I'm like, no, this ain't good at all, because, like, no.
That's why the cone got invented for starts like that,
Basically,
because
like,
they were so screwed
You
up.
don't want to leave anything up to the officials' judgment call. It's basically a
'Cause they're all
judgment call
idiots.
for the officials, and they can't catch everything. So basically, you're going to be hoping to get a jump on somebody and not get caught for it. It was going to be bad.
And it
if
causes
they
3,
went
4
from that
wide
way.
because, like, oh, I'm going to sneak by Sean. I'm going to sneak by
Absolutely.
Sean. Well, Sean's going to sneak by the guy in front of him, and all of a sudden, you're 4 wide. That's why the cone was invented.
100%. And then nobody even talked about like what was going to be the discipline after that. Are
Yeah.
they going to somebody jumped that was in 12th place? Are we going to go yellow and dock him right then? Probably not. They're going to let him race and then afterwards say, "Hey, you happened to jump the restart before. You're going to be
Sorry
put
for
in
your luck."
14th." Yeah, even though you passed up and got 3rd, we're going to put you 14th. Like, what was the rule? Nobody brought that up. So it basically went back to, okay, guys, we're going to get a cone out there. We'll put a rope on and we'll let Colby run back and forth with it. So
And then that was like 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes,
Yeah.
and then Ryan goes, well, I was talking about a double foul start.
it was really funny. And then Golopic basically said, so anyways, like for double foul restarts though, it's just like together at the line, right? And Colby said, oh yeah, so double foul starts, leader can go whenever he wants, and then outside guys just has to follow him. And Shane's like, that's not what I said at all. I said I didn't think so.
How do you guys all play softball together? And apparently you cannot communicate together because you just named all of your softball team not understanding how to
What was
start.
the name of your softball team?
The Tank Slappers.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty cool.
Don't Shane and Dustin do some crazy like trick that they got on ESPN for? Have you ever seen that?
What?
Dustin and Shane?
Yeah, some baseball freaking flip trick hitting the ball. We'll have to ask Shane. There was some like top 10 thing on ESPN, like a weekly deal, and they got like their video got on ESPN for some crazy baseball
Oh,
trick.
really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
See if they're watching. Maybe he'll say something.
Colby's over there. You want to talk shit to him while he's, right there on the other side of the fence?
Oh. Hey, the officiating sucked ass tonight. Horrible officiating. Yeah. Okay.
Colby can't run anymore. He's tired.
He pulled
Had
a
to put that
hammy.
cone out
He pulled a
18
hammy.
times on lap 9
How long
tonight.
have we been going? We're supposed to do quick one tonight.
I don't know. I don't know how to check the time.
Oh.
Oh, it's already midnight.
I can get you on Cali Dirt TV from afar, but I don't know how to check the time.
Okay, so main event. Track was. I mean, it wasn't like, oh my god, this thing's super. I don't think it was like it was at the Wednesday Gold Cup show. That track
For
was
sure.
pretty smooth.
For sure.
So this one had
Smooth
character.
and fast.
Yeah.
This one had character, like choppy in places, like super slick in some places, like super hooked up in a lot of places. Like it was interesting for sure.
I went forward and just all of a sudden found myself in like 4th and then 3rd. And then I started like remembering like how to really drive. Like it's like out of my system. Like you just don't do stuff like that anymore here.
Yeah.
And yeah, I got my dick up there and I got pretty much, I don't know if I was side by side with Bloomfield, but I
You guys
got,
were close.
we were really
were
close.
Close.
And it was, what I love about racing is when I know what the guy in front of me is going to do.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
fun. Like, oh, I know he's going to run the bottom. I can smoke the top or vice versa.
Right.
And I knew what he was going to do on the last lap, and I smoked it in turn 3 and 4 so hard.
Yeah.
And I don't know why it didn't fly off the track. I like half flew off the track.
Okay.
We
And-
thought you were gonna
We
hit
thought
the
you had-
wall.
Oh yeah, no, I mean there's no reason why I shouldn't have just flown off and just slam dunked the wall. And it's like the left rear like just hooked the top of the track. And I mean I was doing the old, the cucaracha going, wah,
Yeah.
waiting for people to drive by, and I ended up finishing second. And Bloomfield won his first career main event at my expense. A little peckerhead.
That was a good race to win your first one at.
It
Well,
was a
good job
race.
though, Andy. Like
It was.
everybody
It was
was
a good
telling me,
race.
like, dude, Andy got up on the wheel today. So
He won a
good deal.
pretty big race at 17.
He's only 17.
I was barely in the pits at age 17.
You got to wear white pants too.
I wasn't in the white pants era,
That's
but
Back
close.
in the 1900s.
Yeah, literally. The 1900s is when I started racing. You were in the 1900s too, Peckerhead. What are you
I know,
talking about?
I know.
Talking
Not in a
shit.
sprint car though.
Yeah. Oh, actually, a guy that races a modified, I sold some fire extinguishers to him this winter. He messaged me, I wonder if Sean would like to drive a modified. Would you have any interest in driving a modified anymore?
I'd do it for fun. That'd be
Okay.
cool.
Well, there you go. There's your answer. I told him I'd ask, and I just did. I guess it's a B mod. Everybody's got B mods around here now, like the
Yeah.
360 version of the
Yeah, that's fun.
modifieds.
Because Sean's like, hey, Sperry wants me to run his hunt car just
Oh!
for fun. Should I do
Oh,
that?
not
I'm
again.
like, yeah, totally. And then that worked out well. So
Speaking of that night, not to change the subject, but I heard a rumor that when we go to Stockton in November, that might be the last time we race on that size of a racetrack.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say the last
No,
time
no,
I was
no.
there ever.
No, we might have something more like this next year.
Somebody told me at Merced, like, rumor is like that well, like they had to cancel the last race that was gonna be there because like the city decided to dig
Oh, yeah,
a
they
well in
did
turn
like a-
3
yeah.
or whatever, and apparently
There
like
is
it's
some-
still a
There's
big
an
hole
issue
over
in
there.
there, yeah.
So somebody said, well, we don't even know if we're racing that race in November.
Well,
Have you heard anything like
no,
that?
we're racing that race, but yeah, the word on the street is I think there's some reshaping going to happen, and
We're gonna do
shrink
the
it.
mile.
We're going to shrink that bitch up.
Oh, and shrink it. We're
Yeah.
not gonna do the horse track.
Isn't
mile.
it funny though how big Stockton seems to be to me, and maybe I don't know to you,
it's huge.
but compared to the mile,
Right.
Oh, right.
it's
Compared
so
to the
small.
horse track.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Because, like, look at that car way out there. It's like,
Oh.
oh, they're on the mile.
Yeah, it's insane
Yeah.
that the mile seems so much bigger than the half.
Did you
mile.
go to when the sprint cars ran the mile at Cal Expo? Did you do that? Or
I raced the mile.
did you really?
In a Silver Crown car, yes. Freaking horrible. A horrible experience. Oh, do you want me to
Cool.
tell that story?
Yeah, please.
Oh, jeez. I drove EJ Dolner's champ car. Okay? And EJ was an old West Capital guy, and he built motors that typically blew up. And he asked me to drive a Silver Crown car. And I thought, of course, this is my big break.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to go run the Copperwell Classic. I'm going to do good, and I'm going to go race IndyCars and NASCAR. But probably the motor's going to blow up. Well, guess what? It blew up in practice. We didn't even qualify.
Oh, jeez.
So our next race was Cal Expo, and so I blow the motor up, okay? And I'd never blown a motor up before, but I was pretty sure I blew the motor up because it made some really bad noises. So I get pushed into the pits, and I say, hey, the motor blew up, and EJ, is this old guy. His no way his motor would blow up. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it blew up. So he puts the starter on. These champ cars had starters in the front, and he started the motor with it blown up.
Oh,
well,
no.
as soon as he did that, I mean, it broke the block and everything. So the oil and the water had mixed. So now all of a sudden, you couldn't see the hole in the motor because the thing it was all bodied up. Silver Crown
Yeah.
mile, no motor showing. All of a sudden, all this milk of magnesia looking crap just started oozing out of the bottom of the car. And he goes, oh, I guess you did blow it up. Okay, so fast forward to Cal Expo. I make the show. And the thing starts laying down coming off of turn 2. And I look down at the oil pressure and it's dropping. So I'm like, oh shit, this thing's blowing up. But I remember back to February when I told EJ that the motor was blown up. And he didn't believe me. And it was blown up. So I'm thinking to myself, if I pull this thing in and it's not blown up, he'll never believe me and he'll send me back out. So I better blow this fucker up. So I left my foot in it. This is a long straightaway on the mile, man.
Yeah.
Going. The oil pressure is going down. And I'm thinking, it should have blown up by now. So now I'm to turn 3. And I'm ready to, I got to lift because, I'm at the turn. And just as soon as I went to lift, that fucking thing just blew the fucking guts out of it. Shit went everywhere. Scared the shit out of me. Coasted in. I was like, EJ, it definitely blew up. Don't put the starter back on it. I guarantee you, it's done. That was the end of my Silver Crown driving days. So I did get to race Phoenix, and I did get to race.
Oh, wow.
I made laps at Phoenix, and I did run some laps at the Cal Expo.
Wow. But
To
you
answer your
didn't.
question.
But you didn't run the wing.
I did not run the sprint car. That's
And
just
you
insane.
didn't finish a race.
No, it did not finish well. I didn't even qualify at Phoenix. I will say it was pretty cool when Phoenix had the dog leg, which was the backstretch at the time. I kind of thought, like, man, I think you can flat foot it through here, but I didn't have the balls to do it. And Jack Hewitt was in, I think, the Hampshire 63, and he drove around me. Just, I'm like, there ain't no way he lifted, so I didn't lift the next lap. It was pretty exhilarating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's when I was a big time USAC Silver Crown racer. Road to Indy. I had that. Oh yeah, man! I had to be all branded with the USAC stuff. They had a Pep Boys Road to Indy logo, and yeah. Now look at me. I'm racing 360s in California. Look where I went.
360 King of California.
Queen.
What did
I'm in
we
Queen.
watch at Irwindale? What did they run? That was
Yeah,
pavement.
that was Turkey Night.
Turkey Night, but
So
like
those were the
not.
sprint cars.
It was both. It was all three. It was midgets, sprint cars, and Silver Crown.
They ran Silver Crown cars at Turkey Night.
I'm pretty sure.
Wow. That's a good track for pavement racing. That's a well.
I was told I was going to Disneyland.
We did go to Disneyland.
Jokes
I
on
know.
you, Lisa.
And then we went to a race in Irwindale, and it was fun.
How did your night go? We just talked. I'll talk about me, Mr. Me. What
I
about you?
started 15th and got 10th. I might have got up to 9th or 8th at one point and fell back on the last restart. Oh well.
Let's talk about some drama tonight.
I thought we did.
No, more drama. I just keep thinking of more dramatic things to talk about. So, Gomes and somebody else got into it, and Gomes' rear nerf bar was all tore to shit.
Yeah, it was right outside me.
Him and Torkenson, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he about ran me off the track like a couple laps before that. Then we had a restart. I'm on the bottom. He's kind of on the outside. We dive down into turn 3. Like, he did not lift. And there's cars in front of us. It was on a restart. And I think he just ran over the Torgerson car. But, like...
Yeah, because they had a flat left rear, I think.
Yeah, he had
Okay.
a flat left rear. But, like, I don't know how he smashed his rear bumper. But, like, he jumped up. I was expecting there to be a red or something. But, yeah. But so there was drama after that?
Well, his rear nerf bar was all
Oh.
tore to shit.
Okay, so, and we kind of talked about this a little bit. Like, they mentioned that on the race Seeper. But I can't remember if it was before Sanders' deal or after.
I think
Like
it had to
debris
be
on the
after.
track?
No, I think it was before. It's like, because he had it
So we can
On.
ask Colby.
on and it was all smashed up whenever they...
Just on enough to, like, push him off.
I think so. So I think they said something like to let him know, like, hey, like, I'm not...
See,
Yeah,
I don't know about
I'm-
that because
I'm
they
not
must have
sure
been
now.
talking to me while I was in turn 3 and 4, and I couldn't understand them. Well, anyways,
Yeah.
I might not have the sequence of events right,
Yeah.
but when the 75 was parked in turn 3 and 4, the back of the car was all tore up.
Mhm.
And then I feel like a couple laps later, there's a Nerf bar on the backstretch, and the leader's got a flat right rear tire.
Yeah, he ran her over.
So I think that's a lesson for all racetracks, that when somebody's got something tore up, you might just say, sorry, it's not your night, because that's a bad look.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't know what was happening, obviously. I text PJ. Well, first I text him, like, what is happening when you were in the infield, but we're watching Flo out
Yeah,
here.
I think I passed this guy. Like, I'm lining up, and I'm like, oh, I'm like 10th right now. And he's not even there. Sweet, I'm going to have bragging rights at the campground. That's cool. And like 5 laps later, like, he comes squirming in back in line. I'm like, what the hell happened there?
Saving fuel.
say
Poor
that.
Troy. Troy's like, oh,
So-
and Andy with his bad luck again.
Oh, did he say that?
Yeah.
My,
Yeah, I'm asking
my
PJ if we should be worried
Best
about
friend
tires.
is the
My
announcer.
receiver worked fine in the dash, and then it just flat did not work in the main, and it got changed to triple zeros. It went from 1405 to triple zeros. You have to unlock it.
Colby.
Yeah. Oh, you lock it?
Yeah, let's get the DOC over here.
Hey, stud.
Are you gonna jump? The
Are you
fence?
hopping? You're a stud.
Okay, we got DOC and 33% owner of this place coming over to talk to us.
These were put here for a reason. What kind of question we got? Right?
We want to talk about.
Before I come over, what kind of questions you got?
Softball?
No, we don't care about
Well,
that.
I did have a.
Stud.
Okay, what is there some cool trick that
Come here.
Shane and Dustin do that they got on ESPN for? Have you,
No, it was Dustin and his buddy.
oh, what was it?
So he was standing there like this.
Put it on now.
Okay. Oh, this is live.
This is life.
So his buddy was standing there like this. Hold on, with his hand out like this, and Dustin was about, let me see, 6 feet away, and was throwing it as hard as he could at his buddy's hand, and his buddy was just like timing the, and they did it about 300 times, and he finally caught the rubber.
Oh, and that's how they got on
Yeah.
ESPN. Ah.
I mean, it was like, it was a luck deal.
Yeah, sure. But he got on TV.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's our question.
Uh-oh.
Gomes' rear Nerf bar.
Yeah.
It's the one that popped Sanders' tire, right?
It was, yeah.
So should we have
I
not
felt really
let?
bad about
we
that.
shouldn't have let Gomes keep racing then when it was rear Nerf bar was all tore to shit. Is that a lesson we learned tonight?
So it was still on, and then when we went green is when it fell off, and that's when we kicked him off.
And it fell off and cost the guy
Right.
a win. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
maybe we need to look a car over and be like, yeah, this isn't up to
Yeah.
safety standards or whatever you
It
want to call
was,
it.
so
Yeah.
it was on when they pushed him off. Like,
Right.
it's hard to
As
kick somebody
they
off. if
said, as
something's
soon
still
as
on.
he gassed it, it fell off,
Oh, jeez.
or it swung down and grabbed the ground and
Ripped off.
Yeah. So that definitely sucked.
Well, it was good for me because I gained a position. So, I mean, but
I think everybody did, right?
He was the
Yeah,
He was the
Technically.
leader. Wasn't just you. You're so selfish.
Yeah, I felt. Obviously, I felt
Well,
bad
it's
about
not
that.
your
That sucked.
fault necessarily.
No, it's not. But
So what's the plan for tomorrow? Exact same track, correct? Track preparation, conditions.
I don't know.
So why are we
Andy
starting so early tomorrow? Why? I mean, what's the big rush to get over tomorrow?
My theory is that everybody's already here, and that it's a Saturday, so fans are sitting at home, so they'll want to come early and go home early. So I feel like it would work better, and it won't be as cold because it'll be done earlier.
Okay, I thought it's because you need to fly to Charlotte first thing in the morning.
Well, I mean, I do. But
Well, how's your buddy going to do tomorrow? Where did he qualify? Has he qualified yet?
no, it's Saturday.
Saturday. All right. This guy's going to go spot for Kyle Larson.
Have you,
ever
you
heard
already
of him?
know where you're spotting? You already know your spot?
Yeah.
Piece of
Yeah.
cake? Or?
You ever give that guy shit in the radio? Or is it all business with them guys?
Yeah, sometimes.
Oh, good. I want to hear you on. Let's get Kyle on Radioactive. Fuck with him. Let's get him on Radioactive.
Yeah.
On the Rescom Race Hub.
Yeah.
He's never on there. He just seems.
It's got to be serious. It's got to be pretty serious though, because he's real fine.
Yeah, it's
Thin
close
on the cut
today.
line
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Ah.
So this race last year, he was 18 points above the cut line, and then he screwed up and hit the wall all by himself.
Yeah.
And then it all worked out where Bell was so far below the cut line, but then won the race. So then he advanced, and then Daniel Suarez was a lap down or something, and Kyle missed it by 2 points.
Why do I remember Kyle like limping to the finish line? Was that last year when he did that? Or was he in Canassi's car when that went on? Remember, there was
Can't
some
remember.
crazy thing where
Yeah.
he like drove
I think
to
that
the
was a
finish
while
line.
ago.
Okay,
Yeah,
I mean the
yeah.
car was like falling apart, and I think he
Ringing the
drove the
bell.
wall all the way around or something.
Last year was frustrating because he crashed and hit the wall, so we went like 2 or 3 laps down. So then he couldn't pass anybody. He would pass all these guys, but they weren't for
Oh,
position.
yeah.
So it was just all riding on what Bell did and what somebody else did, and maybe Chase Briscoe.
Yeah.
So
those guys aren't doing good this year.
Chase
Briscoe, Suarez, they're all
It's
struggling. Kia, or was it Haas? Stuart Haas? Those Fords are all stuck ass this year. Okay, well that's it. We just wanted to get the down low on Nerf Park Gate. That
Yeah,
was-
I don't know the exact ruling on that. I'm not sure. Because
Got single file, double file restarts figured out.
Hey,
I announced in the pit meeting because they came on the radio. Hey, all these guys want to know why we're double file. I announced clear as heck, and I remember saying it too. Single file all night long until the A. The A means double file, and I remember announcing that in the pit meeting.
If you said that, I didn't hear it.
I didn't hear it.
I
I didn't remember when we started. When you said, "All right, pick your line," I'm all, "We haven't double file all day. Why are we doing it now?" Oh well.
I do want to question in the dash. We're talking about receivers. I cannot hear shit. It's all. So in the dash, I put 2 and 2 together. You told 92, put a lap together and stop and turn 4, and then I kept going because I was in the last row. So I'm like trying to catch the leaders, and you're like 92. What are you doing? I'm like, why am I the pace car? I'm dead last.
Because you had the biggest gap in front of you, so you had room to run it up.
I couldn't understand a goddamn thing you said. The only if you want to talk to me in 1 and 2. I
You
feel
probably
like
didn't even have it on the right channel.
no in the dash I did.
Right.
You were 1404.
Don't ask me why I went to triple zeros. I have no clue. I went from 1405 to triple zeros, and I never touched the goddamn thing. But I do feel like I can hear better in 1 and 2. So if you need to talk to me, just
my
make sure I'm in
God.
turns 1 and 2.
5G over there.
What a
I
princess!
or you need to walk out on the track and talk to us or something. No, we can't hear
I'm
shit.
standing on the tallest tractor.
I think you're out of
Be
cell.
careful
you're too
up
high.
there, please.
You're
like,
too high out of
I
cell
see
service.
you like doing pirouettes up there. I'm like, don't fall off that. We just had Mike Andrietta fall
I know.
off a tire
That was
like
bad.
a few years
That's a little
ago.
higher than that.
Yeah, don't
That's
do
a lot
that,
higher
bud.
than a tire.
You be careful. I know you're
Yeah.
super athletic, but you be careful.
Troy had some fun with you
I need
tonight.
to find. He did.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was
I need to
great.
find somebody to do the cone.
That's what he was having fun with.
Get down off the
The kid you
tractor.
almost ran over.
Who?
What about the kid you almost ran over?
Was that Ridley?
When was that?
So
Was
they
it
put
Deacon?
you on
No, it was
flow.
Deacon. It was
Yeah.
Deacon. He was there with you, and you turned to
Oh,
run.
he was wanting to pull the rope, but then I was trying to hand it to him, like pull it, and then the leader's coming, so I'm like, well, shit, we gotta go.
Do you leave the cone out there till the very last car?
Yeah,
drives
he
by?
has been.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Good.
Hey, first night on the cone, put a nice cone out there, and smoked it. Ripped the bottom of the cone. Half
go,
the bottom
Mikey.
is
Tonight?
Yeah, is ripped.
Oh no.
I'm the one who built that cone. He already fucked it up.
Yeah, he hammered it.
You built it.
Ding-a-ling,
Yeah,
yeah. I drilled the holes in it and I tied the rope and
He
yeah.
did.
Oh, proud of myself. And I did do 2 holes just in case one got ripped out. I wanted a spare hole.
So the cone part ripped halfway off the base.
So,
Dang.
god damn it,
Way to go,
Ing.
Michael.
You know what? At a racetrack, you just can't have anything nice. I mean, that's all there is. I wonder if we should tie. You know what we should do? Let's tie a cinder block out there. See if anybody runs out over. I bet you they don't.
Well, they'll run over once. They'll be towed off the track.
Better yet,
Won't run it
let's
off
tie.
again.
Let's tie it to one of them 55-gallon trash bins. We'll make you not run into our stuff. I'm telling you. Oh well. Okay, so we got down to what happened with the rear Nerf bar. I thought that was a decent night of racing. The track was cool. The main event was good. First time winner.
That was cool.
That was fun.
And a cool trophy that I really wanted, but I didn't get. You need to start giving out second place trophies. That might be the only way I get one. It's my second in a row.
Wait,
here.
so when's the last time Bertulo's been in Victory Lane? Was it 2
With
years
you,
ago?
Howard Katie.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the Howard Katie.
Nice.
When you
that was
broke
a
your
big one.
finger climbing on the fence.
Yeah, what a great first win to have here with 60 cars.
Yeah, no shit. He didn't just like look into. You know.
And his speech was so cute. He was just so excited.
I can't imagine winning a main event at 17 years old. I
He
think
was leading at Petaluma too.
he led. I think
For a straightaway.
10 feet, and he just ran right into the first car he got to. That's what I call the holy shits, I'm leading a race. That just happens. Oh my god, I'm leading. I did that the first time I ever led at Calistoga.
Yeah.
I drove around Brent, and this was when Brent was still pretty good. And I come off of turn 4, and I was like, oh my god, I'm leading the Calistoga. And I mean, I tank slapped all the way down the front straightaway. And I got into turn 1, I was like, dude, slow your goddamn roll. But I mean, I was like 30-something years old at that point. I mean, this
Careful.
kid's 17. Colby's jumping the fence.
I know, be
Hey,
careful.
don't bend that fence. The owner might be
Still
mad at
straight.
you. Now he's standing on a 50 amp power box.
At least nobody's hit it yet.
Give it
Yet.
time.
You said yet.
Give it time.
You probably
Oh, they
just
still gotta
jinxed
pull out of
it.
here.
Okay, so that's it from night 1.
Great job, Andy.
7th to 2nd, 15th to 10th. Cars in one piece.
Yep.
Did we talk about everything we want to talk about?
I think so.
All right. Well, that's that then. Turn this thing off and we can go to bed. It's actually, what time is it? 12:27. Let's see here. What's
Get up
220?
early.
I'm getting a text from Steve Ticelli, the X1 car I used to drive. Do-do-do.
What did Two Chuck say?
Way to go tonight. At one point, I thought you were going to put it in the stands. So did I. I'm last lap for the most part. Yep. Thanks, Tooch.
Ryan wanted to know what your shirt says.
Oh, it's the Boar's Nest, Dukes of Hazzard. Nobody probably remembers the Dukes of Hazzard. What does everybody watch now? These kids these days, what do they watch?
What would be the
Hannah Montana. I ain't wearing no Hannah Montana shirt.
That was a really long time ago.
Was it?
Yeah, that was probably Kaylin's era.
That's
was.
probably why.
That's why.
And she's 20.
What was that?
Six,
She
seven?
watched. There was a show with Tila Tequila, and she dated guys and girls.
Yeah.
It was a dating show.
Yeah.
And I was giving her a hard time one time about you watch Tila Tequila, she's gay, and she goes, she's not gay, she's bisexual. I'm like, oh, okay, that's good. That's how you look at it. Isn't that how it went?
Yeah.
I just thought it was like okay because she was bisexual. Yeah, it's okay to be bi. I mean, girls are just girls. That's cool.
Did you say move over? I want to watch this too.
Yeah, no, I did watch it. I mean, that's
Of
right up
course
my alley.
it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, thank God Candace finally came home. We can watch Bachelor Horror Island now.
Oh, I know it's been on.
Yeah, Paradise, all the rejects from the Bachelor franchise, they sent them all to Mexico and feed them full of alcohol and make them screw each other to stay on the island. It's great.
All the ones that lost.
Yeah, and the screwballs, yeah. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, PJ Peterson loves it too, so yeah, we all kind of keep up. We keep up on Bachelor Horror Island.
Oh, I know. I know.
Have you seen,
Not just PJ. Throw everybody else under the bus too.
yeah, Troy's been out of the loop. Troy's busy, and
Yeah.
Gary's not into it, but they got the Golden Bachelor. I caught a little bit of that last
Oh,
night.
is that like the senior?
So, yeah,
Trying
like,
to catch a new crowd.
I thought they're going to get some, like, Jennifer Aniston looking, like, 50, 60-year-olds, Jennifer Aniston, and
Are there a lot of those around?
well, it's a TV show. I mean, come on.
Are there in the world?
No, these are legit old bags, man. I mean, they got the flab, and they're just old wrinkled old bags. I couldn't believe it.
Not your cup of tea.
No, I thought I was going to see Jennifer Aniston's old hot friends. I don't want to see a legit 78-year-old lady in a
I'm
freaking
pretty
tank
sure
top.
Jennifer Aniston is a little bit past The Bachelor.
Jennifer Aniston type looking
How
girls.
many of those are there out there?
It's Hollywood. They should all be hot. I mean, come on. Where'd they get these old bags at?
Life? Real life?
I know.
I don't watch
These
TV
aren't
for real
Hollywood.
life. I didn't watch the Dukes of Hazzard to see a guy casually jump a river. I want to see him freaking fly over the river.
And her Daisy Dukes?
Yeah. All
Get
right.
her on the show.
She got fat too.
In her senior years.
You don't want to see Daisy Duke wear
Golden
Daisy
years.
Dukes these days. I was watching Friends last night when I went to bed. I always think about
Again?
you when I watch Friends.
Why?
Isn't that like your show?
That's
Allison's
Allison's
Oh, Allison's show? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to bed.
Yeah, let's do
I
it.
gotta go clean the grandstands tomorrow. God, there's so much mud in the grandstands. Ugh.